We should, in theory, be live right now. But as usual, I need to do the customary setups. So be patient, everyone. Where the fuck is my live stream? Where's my live stream? This is ridiculous. I am live, yes. Can I get it on my phone instead? Seemingly, yeah. I don't know why the PC isn't working. Okay. Sharing this right now. Post this live stream link and MPL. Okay. We should now be live. Is anybody watching? I guess I'll wait a little bit to see if anyone joins. I'll wait a bit. But only a little bit. I don't want to wait too long. Seemingly still not much is happening. Nuka! Hey, what's up, Nuka? You know what? One person joined. Let's just start it, and people will join eventually. I guess we may as well start with my team and my matchup. So Hyperstar versus Silly Goobers. We did end up winning the week, 5-3. I believe, yeah, Slick and Ethan haven't played yet, so that one's still sitting there. Everything else, we battled. We did win the week. We're looking pretty good right now in the standings. Maybe the lowest of the 2-1s. That was expected after what we call week 1. But anyways, I want to look at the week 3 battles. I feel like I had a pretty fire battle myself. So as you can see, it is a Heatran, Azelf, Flygon, Roserade, Hitmonchan, Spiritomb, Ampharos, and Feraligatr. Zapdos, Kingdra, Registeel, Claydol, Mismagius, Ambipom, Venusaur, Rampardos. I don't know about you guys. Zapdos looks terrible in a matchup like this. Against naturally bulky Heatran, Ground-type Flygon, Roserade, which can be bulky, and Ampharos, which is annoying as shit. Zapdos looks pretty shit to me, if you ask me. Kingdra, it's got a lot of problems in this matchup, but it's Kingdra. It wins any matchup. Then I got my other guys don't look that great either. Registeel, I feel like has a lot threatening it. Claydol has a lot threatening it. There's a lot of pressure under these Pokemon. And as for their Pokemon, Heatran I feel like is very strong against me. Because my Fire Resist is a Pokemon that really doesn't want to be taking damage, especially with Stealth Rocks up. AKA Kingdra. And Heatran just learned Dragon Pulse. Third time you brought that team? Yeah, it's the third time so far. I'll find a way to change team. I've never used Zapdos this much. DPP Kingdra is just something I'm very comfortable with. I use it a lot all the time in OU. Even if it's Choice Specs Kingdra that I'm using all the time in OU. I haven't exactly brought Choice Specs yet. Spoiler alert, this battle is also not Choice Specs. By the way, I am starting to see the vision with Azelf. I already just believe what people said about it. Oh, it's more than just the lead. It's actually really strong offensively. And I'm like, okay, I'll believe you. I just haven't seen it myself. Holy shit, they were not wrong. Azelf is stupid. This Pokemon is absurd. I have to fight another Flygon. Last time I fought a Flygon already, and I gotta fight another. Look at my Rapid Spinner against Roserade. I have to use Claydol to spin against Roserade Spiritomb. That is miserable. Then there's also Feraligatr, Ampharos, and Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan is a good spinner against Registeel. Ampharos is a stop to Zapdos, and Feraligatr is probably the worst Pokemon in this matchup in my opinion. But it can still do stuff. It's a 10-point water type. It's not useless against me. Alright, let's check this replay out. Alright, so we see that I lead with Zapdos into Spiritomb here. Spiritomb is definitely not a lead I see very often. Definitely not something I would have expected. Switches hard into Ampharos as I set up a substitute there. Now I go for a Discharge. Very little damage to Ampharos, sets up a Light Screen, which is going to be annoying. I discharge again, and Ampharos goes for its own discharge, and my substitute fades. Now I'm on a bit of a back foot. I switch into Venusaur, and they actually switch into Flygon there. I switch back into Zapdos on the Flygon, and it goes for Earthquake. So, little nice there. They switch into Heatran, and I go for Substitute. And now it's Zapdos with Light Screen up against Heatran with Light Screen up, and I have Sub up. And they reveal Light Clay on Ampharos. So I roost there, and Heatran decides to set Stealth Rocks up while it can, because Light Screen is up, it's not feeling particularly threatened. And they break myself with a Dragon Pulse as I don't get a Paralysis Discharge. I substitute, and they reveal that their fire move is Fire Blast. I don't know about you guys, that seems pretty PP stallable with pressure. Like, I'm bringing Sub-Roost Zapdos, obviously that's what I'm going to do. Alright, they switch into Ampharos, and I set up another Substitute. I've never really played Substitute Zapdos like this before. I go for Roost, and they set up Light Screen. I go for Discharge. I'm slowly getting the Ampharos low, although I get a nice crit, speed things up. And they bring my Sub with Discharge. I bring in Venusaur, risking Discharge Paralysis over and over, and they bring in Azelf, hard reading my Venusaur switch. They're trying to force me into patterns, but I've only revealed 2 and they revealed 5. Which also tells me that their last is Roserade, Hitmonchan, or Feraligatr. I switch into Registeel on the Azelf, and it decides to go for a simple Psychic. Does quite a bit of damage there, Life Orb. They bring in Flygon, and my Thunder Wave does nothing. Yeah, that was unfortunate of me. That wasn't my favorite play. But after the previous play, I decided to stay in because I know you're not Earthquaking. I know you refuse, and I get my rocks up. So I make up for the previous turn. And I stay in on Heatran, and I Thunder Wave it. This is how dire my Heatran switches are, that I'm staying with Registeel. I don't care if I have an Aqua Berry. I would have lived that anyways. The fact is that was... Okay, yeah, I just explode I explode Registeel, get damage on Heatran. Reginald is a real one. Dude, Registeel's just doing everything, man. Registeel's been kind of crazy. I'm really used to using Bronzong in DPP, although I really just not play on DPP. I play DPP UU. I know my Registeels. I bring in Zapdos. A Paralyzed Heatran against a Substitute Zapdos. I sub, and they go for Fire Blast. And I feel like you can tell what I'm trying to do here, but they decide to not give me that free setup. And they just explode Heatran and bring in Flygon. And now Registeel's dead, so I don't have counterplay against Outrage. This looks pretty bad for me, doesn't it? I don't exactly have a Flygon resist anymore. So I decided to bring in my Flygon weakness instead. But I have a Haban Berry on Kingdra. Haban Berry is in case Flygon was bad, obviously. And I just had to set Rain up, and now I just need to see if Kingdra can do enough shit before I lose. Zong wishes it could be Reginald. There we go. Alright, Shadow Sneak, but I survive. And I KO Spiritomb. So Spiritomb goes down. I'm getting Valley out of Kingdra while I still can, but unfortunately Gator does reveal it has Aqua Jet. But I am able to get in Venusaur. They switch to Ampharos. I seemingly to sacrifice it, but I go for a Substitute with Big Venusaur here. And Earthquake. Yes, I am physical Substitute Venusaur. Or I'm just bulky. Well, bulky physical or something. Azel comes in. Psychic. And this is DPP, so hitting a Substitute with Light Orb does not trigger. Which I promise I didn't forget in battle. I subbed there because I wanted to get into Overgrowth, but I decided to fuck it. But instead Venusaur decides to fuck it himself and miss a Power Whip. That's really bad. So Venusaur, I die because I don't have a switch in. And I bring in Miss Magius. I decide, screw it, let's just take the Shadow Ball. There's a Shadow Ball. I do live. Calculated. And I Shadow Ball back onto Azelf and take it out. Now it's just Gator, which we know has Aqua Jet. And now it's going to be the final Pokemon against the final Pokemon. And I reveal Ambipom is the last one. I haven't brought Ambipom yet, so that's cool. I go for Fake Out, do a lot, and yeah, return kills from here. No, I feel like that battle was pretty fire. I feel like that was a pretty cool battle there. I don't know about you guys, but I like that battle a lot. That was, from the player perspective, that was stressful as shit. I bet from both sides. That was a fun battle. I would have been trio, man. Anyways. Now we gotta watch AZ and Soviet Onion and Lulinodi versus Cygnus. Now, my two boys here, they did lose. Unfortunate. So DPP, it was just me that won. I think we'll watch. We'll save Cygnus and Lou Rinaldi for last. Let's look at AZ versus Soviet Onion. So, this is Tar Skarm, which is definitely not something I see very often. I don't think I've seen much Tyranitar Raikou compositions. And Soviet Onion has Azel, Rotom Appliance, Gyarados, Donphan, Vileplume, Lucario, Typhlosion, Mighty Yena. So, on AZ's end, we have to deal with a hazard setting Skarmory, and a Mismagius that will spin block Donphan. And our Tyranitar checks are not good. Raikou definitely looks on paper like we stopped it quite well. But yeah, we need to deal with spinning versus a lot of hazards here. Tar just cooks this team. I'm not going to say how it went in mocks, whether it did cook or not. And then on Soviet Onion's side, we have an Azelf that sadly has to deal with Pursuit Tyranitar. That's unlucky. And a Rotom Appliance that has to do the same thing. Now, I will say, look at Gyarados in this battle. I don't know what happened, but I feel like Gyarados... I think I just overrate Gyarados in DPP. I love Gyarados so much. I think it's so good. I really should be the one using this team. I am a Gyarados aficionado when it comes to this. Lucario also looks pretty crazy. Let's look at this right now. Let's see if Soviet Onion can keep them hazards off. Why is no one else watching the stream, man? Can you guys watch? There needs to be a live stream ping for this. Someone needs to ping for live stream. Someone needs to do it. Alright, let's check this out. It's Rotom Appliance versus Mismagius. Mismagius lead, okay. Shadow Balls on the Vileplume does very little. Vileplume heals with leftovers. Switches into Roserade as he goes for a Hidden Power Fire, reading it. Okay, good play, good play. Spikes. I mean, we can pretty much presume that's Hidden Power Fire. I assume he wants to hit Skarmory as well. Alright, another Hidden Power Fire. Getting that Roserade down, but Roserade is getting Spikes up. Switches to Rotom. Interesting. On the Hidden Power Ice? Psychic? Fire? Who knows? And it goes for Stun Spore on Rotom Heat before killing with Overheat. Alright. So now Tyranitar can pursue this, but it's Raikou. Ooh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Sob. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is scary. Calm Mind. Seed Bomb and break the sub. Nice, nice. Okay, okay, okay. Not the worst. Hidden Power Ice does a lot, and he goes for another Seed Bomb. 33%. That's pretty healthy damage. Looks like Vileplume is dead, though. So Hidden Power Ice KOs Vileplume. What is the counterplay here? Donphan. Do we live this? I assume we do live this. And unfortunately, Mismagius is just going to block both Earthquake and potential Rapid Spin. Shadow Ball. Ooh, critical hit. Unfortunate. Assurance. Lots of damage there, but ugh. Switches to Skarmory. Ah, didn't go for the Rapid Spin. Okay. So what's Skarm going to do here? Brave Bird. He's just trying to get rid of our Donphan. Donphan, yeah, it rocks. I knew it wasn't going to Rapid Spin there. Okay, so Spikes are staying up. Donphan goes down. Now we got to deal with this Skarmory. Oh, God, someone is calling me. Whoopsies. Whoopsie daisies. I need to check the phone. God damn it. What is it? I'm not revealing DMs in here. Me live slowly. Soonsies. Thumb emoji. There we go. Jeez, I don't know what the fuck that was. But yeah, Tentacruel is now in against Rotom. Oh, Tentacruel. Wait, switches Skarm into Tentacruel. Ooh. Auto Willow is from Rotom. Huh. Surf. Good damage on a Rotom there. And Thunderbolt, it is Walk-On Berries. If you're so confidently switching, I would hope you were Walk-On. And Rotom just dies to Surf. So yeah, okay, brings in Gyarados. So Big Gyarados is officially in. Hidden Power Electric breaks the Walk-On Berry. And Gyarados goes for a Dragon Dance. But Tentacruel's gonna die now. And it's Scarf Mismagius, seemingly. Thunderbolt, and he doesn't switch. He just lets it die. Ugh. Brings in Lucario. Switch. Alright, AZ switches to Skarmory, and Lucario goes for Agility. Okay, big Agility. Aura Sphere. Skarm lives. Oh no! Whirlwind into Azelf. Oh, and let me guess, T-Tar? Oh no, Azelf. No. No, Bird kills Lucario, and the final Montitar just beats Azelf. He's not even going into it. U-turns because there's a T-Tar in the back and doesn't even get the extra differential. Imagine that just wasn't T-Tar. Imagine it wasn't Tyranitar in the back. Well, that was super unfortunate, man. Alright, well, yeah, I don't think he played that perfectly, and it's okay. Alright, time for Cygnus versus Lou Rinaldi. So this is a weird matchup. Infernape doesn't really have great switch-ins at all. But it's also not amazing against this team. Like, Snorlax can run Chople, Swampert can run Rindo, Aerodactyl's faster, Zapdos just lives. It's Infernape Destruction, yet it's also not Infernape Destruction. It has to get in a mon that it KOs, not a mon that it, like, 1v1s. Or at least that's what I think. Jolteon has to deal with Shaman, Snorlax, Steelix, Swampert. That cannot be a good Jolteon matchup. And everyone else is like, whatever. Flygon is okay, I guess. Bronzong... Sure, I mean, it's Bronzong. And there's also no Leech Seed switching for Shaman. Luring all these Zapdos here. Nothing really hits Zapdos particularly hard. So it looks like a pretty free Zapdos here. Shaman has infinite Leech Seeds. Snorlax. Okay, Snorlax looks whatever, I guess. It's Snorlax. It can still be very scary. I imagine you just win Chople Berry and just do some damage or something. Aerodactyl has to get through Bronzong, but assuming the Bronzong is dead, it does go pretty crazy here. Jolteon is speed time with it at least. Swampert, this is a I don't know about you guys, this is a very obvious Rindo pert because of the, like, Infernape Jolteon. And then the other Pokemon, Hitmonchan seems kind of bad here. Steelix? Yeah, no, Steelix also looks kind of bad. Luminosity loves Hitmonchan, so maybe it's Hitmonchan that comes here. Let's see. Flygon against Swampert. Alright, so I imagine this is gonna Swampert's gonna set Stealth Rocks, I imagine. Let's see what Cygnus goes for. Is it a U-turn or an attack? It is just a U-turn. That's a very strong U-turn right there. That looks choice band. I don't know for sure though. Brings down Bronzong on the Stealth Rock. And Swampert decides to just go for Waterfall, get damage on Bronzong. Ooh, unfortunate flinch. Another Waterfall, and goes for Toxic, okay? So I don't know if Swampert wants to stay in and continue doing this. It does want to continue doing this. So he really wants this Bronzong gone, but I think Cygnus is okay with this. Waterfall again. Soon as Swampert's going to be in Torrent. Ooh, critical hit. Okay, so doesn't have to worry about Swampert anymore. Okay, no Torrent. Brings in Zapdos. Let's see. Thunderbolt, and Bronzong lives. And Toxic. Okay, I was really hoping to see Explosion there, but Toxic is still obviously very good. So, yeah, Bronzong going pretty crazy here. Very good Bronzong. And Jolteon comes in. So he did decide to bring Jolteon to this matchup. Let's see. Brings in Snorlax first. Okay, no Shaman. Charge Beam. Okay, cute. Jolteon is threatened though. Goes into Claydol and Earthquake. But yeah, it's not Earthquake, it's Body Slam. Claydol was a pretty pretentious play. Goes for, ooh, Curse. Ooh, okay, Snorlax is setting up. Cygnus is like the Rapid Spin in front of a cursing Snorlax. I do think it was a worthwhile Rapid Spin. Let's just hope he can handle this. I don't know. Yeah, that definitely feels like a Chople Snorlax, doesn't it? No item? Yeah, it just booms his Skuntank on it. Okay, so it's 3v4 now, but Cygnus has the rocks. It's the very reliable core of Flygon, Jolteon, and Infernape left. So goes into Infernape on Hitmonchan. Does he just kill this? Ooh, Fake Out. Oh my god. That did so much damage. Hitmonchan lives. Oh no, that's gonna kill this. Oh no, Infernape. Okay, so Infernape just dies. The greed when punished. True. With the, yeah. Alright, brings in Jolteon. He gets the Charge Beam kill. Lou does not go for Mach Punch and get the damage. But we already know how this ends. We know that Cygnus does not win this. Signal Beam. Lots of damage on Shaman. Tailwind. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, well, he kills that, but unfortunately he just loses to Aerodactyl now. Crunch. Ice Fang, and yeah. Loses the speed tie that. Oh, the speed tie would have actually won him the game. Oh my god, that didn't on a speed tie. Oh my god. No way Claydol didn't click boom on pair return. Yeah, that if Claydol got the boom off and Guntank was still alive, I don't know how game changing that would have been. I don't know about you guys. I feel like that changed the game quite a bit. That was super sad to watch. And god damn it, my DMs again. Oh, never mind, there actually aren't any DMs. Whoopsies, I'm stupid. So yeah, that's my team's battle. That wasn't great. Alright, let's move on to some other teams. So who should we watch next? There's Single Frog versus the Lungmen, Wishcash Wednesday versus the Jobless Jolteons, and Noble Ninetales against Chillaxers. Let's watch the Lungmen versus the Single Frogs. The single, like, Lungmen beat Single Frogs. Oh, interesting. Single Frogs was, like, undefeated, so now it's just Chillaxers that are undefeated. Alright, pretty cool. When do we face Chillaxers? Silly Goobers versus Chillaxers. It's week 6. Okay, well, week 6 is the free week. We should watch, NN. Oh, okay. Alright, you know what's good. We'll watch Noble Ninetales, sure. Okay, so Noble Ninetales against the Chillaxers. So, let's see. We got Nuka versus Butterchoke. Oh, okay, that's pretty fire. Ha versus Marshy. And Marshy lost. Oh, Marshy, no, Marshy. You were supposed to be our DPP guy for DWL. And Daisy versus Astoria. I do actually battle Daisy in a different tour, so that's going to be interesting to see. I'm sure Daisy's very good. I believe that. I'm sure Daisy's a very good player. I have never seen him win. I've never seen Daisy win. I'm sure he's great, though. I'm sure. So let's see. Nuka using the same team as last week. Infernape, Gyarados, Bronzong, Swampert, Frostlass, Venusaur, Hitmonchan, and Girafarig. And Butterchoke has Infernape, Bronzong, Shaman, Aerodactyl, Claydol, Lantern, Ursaring, and Pinsir. Oh my god, this was the team that he used Offensive Lantern with, wasn't it? So, looking at both teams, Butterchoke's Infernape, in my opinion, looks stronger. Because, well, actually has a lot of move slots to them. There's a Gyarados and a Swampert that require different coverage. And meanwhile, Nuka's Infernape is slower than Aerodactyl, and I guess has like a mild soft check to Claydol. But yeah, it's Infernape versus Infernape at the end of the day. The Gyarados on Nuka's end looks like it has quite a few problems, like physically defensive Shaman, Shukaberry Lantern, and obviously Choice Scarfers. I never used defensive team, so having this fast of a matchup was very fun. Infernape versus Infernape? Yeah, I figured. The Swampert... I guess Swampert's not too bad here. I can check Aerodactyl. It does look like a decent lead as well for getting rocks up, if he wants to do that. But obviously there's a Frostlass in this team. And ooh! Frostlass against Aerodactyl. That's one of my favorite lead matchups ever. I love Frostlass versus Aerodactyl, because I'm the Frostlass guy in DPP OU. Not draft. I have not got to use Frostlass in draft yet. Venusaur looks okay. Alright, now let's look at Butterchoke's end. Bronzong. Does Bronzong do anything? I feel like Bronzong does nothing. This might be a Calm Mind set. This might be Heat-proof Bronzong. Shaman. I feel like it's just going to be taking the water types, which, I mean, it's what Shaman's supposed to do. Aerodactyl. Ooh, lots of problems with Aerodactyl here. Bronzong, Swampert. It's not going to be very easy for Aerodactyl to sweep. I would also not be surprised to see Chartyberry on Gyarados this battle. Claydol. Claydol should just be able to spin and die. That's all Claydol got to do. Icy Wind? Hell yeah, Icy Wind. Oh, Icy Wind. That's so good. Lantern. I don't think Offensive Lantern's going to work this time. I'm sorry. There's a Venusaur and a Swampert. I don't think Offensive Lantern's going to be it. Or Lantern in general. I would much rather bring Ursaring or Pinsir. Ursaring... not that great. It's not that great here. And Pinsir... I could see it. I could see Pinsir, honestly. Let's see if he brings Pinsir. So, lead-wise, who am I expecting? I said Swampert on Nuka's end, or Frostlass. Either Swampert or Frostlass. Both look very strong to me. And Butterchoke's end... This might be a lead Bronzong from Butterchoke. Swampert lead as expected, and Ursaring is the biggest fraud. Let's see if Brothers can prove it. Alright, Infernape lead. Ooh, Infernape. Surprise, Quick Feet is slower than Ape. I think Quick Feet is so goddamn bad, man. I think that's so bad. Alright, Grass knocks the window part. Does he just take the kill? He just takes the kill. Oh, Focus Sash, okay. I mean, makes sense, makes sense. You're not clicking Grass Knot unless you know that. Brings in Gyarados on the Grass Knot. Ooh, free damage on Gyarados. Ooh, Scarf Gyara. Ooh. I've been a supporter of Bandit Gyarados, but Scarf Gyarados is something I definitely don't expect to see against Shaman and shit. That's pretty cool. Brings in Shaman and switches to Venusaur on the substitute. Okay. Wait, my bad. Oh, the link. Psychic and ooh, lots of damage there. Sludge Bomb, very good. Sludge Bomb Venusaur, man. Such a good move. Goes for sub again on the Synthesis. Or just Sludge Bomb again, okay, doesn't care, doesn't care. Originally was banded. So you don't even bother with Dragon Dance in this matchup. You just went for Choice Band and Choice Scarf. Alright, switches to Bronzong on the Sludge Bomb again. Just not caring, just... I mean, Venus is pretty healthy at this point. Doubles in the Aerodactyl. What was he predicting? I would have gone Swampert there. I don't know if Aerodactyl is a Pokemon. I wonder what he was reading. And it's just taking a Sleep Powder. Maybe it was a Sleep Powder that he was reading. Or a Leech Seed. He was reading Leech Seed or Sleep Powder. Originally underperformed. Makes sense. Goes back into Bronzong, and there's the Swampert. Let's see, Stealth Rock. Is this Grass Knot? It is Grass Knot. Okay, so Grass Knot takes the Swampert. Life Orb! I did tell you guys Bronzong kind of sucked in this matchup. If a mon sucks, you tend to see a really stupid set. This is a pretty stupid set. Inferno comes in. Oh no, it's heat proof, isn't it? Yeah, it's heat proof. I knew it. I knew it'd be heat proof. I knew it was heat proof. Oh no! How does Luca come back from this? Alright, brings in Scarf Gyarados. Waterfall. Shaman is pretty low. Shaman is taking quite a bit of damage. Brings Shaman in his substitute. Sea Flare. Yeah, I couldn't risk it going for a waterfall there. You are not ready for the next turn. I was very ready. Brings in Claydol. And Sludge Bomb comes out. Okay, so no poison on Claydol. No leftover. So what is this Claydol? I asked a question! You could have at least answered me, Claydol. Okay, so Claydol said fuck you. I had a feeling he would decide to play ball anyways. you guys are insane. So Gyarados is dead, which isn't great. 3v3, Hitmonchan comes in. Ooh, Hitmonchan. Oh, Hitmonchan over Frostlass. Oh, that makes sense. I like cheese. Cool, I guess. So, is it Scarf Hitmonchan? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a Sleeping Aerodactyl. So, Close Combat and the Mach Punch will kill anyways. Or just Mach Punches right away. And it is Pinsir last. Ooh. How does Pinsir do here? Switches to Bronzong instead of staying in. Is that Choice Band Hitmonchan? Ooh, Critical X's are... Oh, boy. A substitute. And Venusaur goes for Sludge Bomb. Does Venusaur live this? Not Garrett didn't matter? Okay. I forgot it was asleep. X-Scissor lives. Sludge Bomb kills. And it's just Shaman left. Psychic kills that. And Hitmonchan Revenge kills this? Is that Bandit Hitmonchan? That's why I stacked on Explosion. Yeah, that makes sense. Was this Bandit Hitmonchan? I don't know. This Hitmonchan was vicious though. My god. Well, that's a win. Also, this is wrong. This is 1-0, not 2-0. I've just reviewed it. Okay, well, we gotta watch Hall versus Marshy, because how did... Marshy, you lost? Oh, man. So, let's see. This is Dragonite, Raikou, Bronzong, Tentacruel, Heracross, Frostlass, Sneasel, Whiscash. Why do I feel like I fought this team before? It was probably one of my teammates that fought it, not me, right? Am I stupid? I could just be really stupid. I think it was a teammate that fought it. I think Soviet Onion was against this team, actually. And then Marshy has Metagross, Shaman, Snorlax, Blastoise. Yeah, Bandit-chan, okay. Weavile, Uxie, Swalot, and Xatu. So, whenever I see Metagross against Bronzong, I'm just gonna say I'm expecting Trick Iron Ball, and if it's not Trick Iron Ball, I think you're a terrible player. I'm kidding. Weavile, ooh, Dragonite looks very strong here if it can get into position. There's a lot of naturally bulky Pokemon, but Weavile is vulnerable to extreme speed. Not you, I fought you with Zabregi Ditto. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That's why, like, the thing just felt loosely familiar, which it was loosely familiar. Uxie, yeah, there's a lot of naturally bulky Pokemon for Dragonite to get through, but it still looks very strong. Raikou, it looks bad. It naturally looks bad against Snorlax Shaman, but again, I think they could be able to break for each other. But I feel like it's up to Marsha to keep them safe from them as well. Bronzong is very nice against this top tree. Just as checks and like setting rocks, exploding. Feels very reliable. Tentacruel, ooh, Toxic Spikes. I'm leading Tentacruel against this team. Well, what about Frostlass? I am bringing bulky Frostlass to this game. Oh, Willow as Frostlass would have been incredible here, but I'm bringing bulky Frostlass and lead Tentacruel here. I don't know about you guys. That's what I'm using. And Heracross, absolutely no switching at all from Marshy. Let's see what Marshy has here. Metagross. It's not my favorite Metagross matchup. Shaman, very free leash seed, so maybe. Well, actually it's not free. There's a Liquid Ooze Tentacruel. Marshy versus Max, maybe the coolest game in this league. Oh, I'm ready. Shaman, who knows what this Shaman's gonna be? Snorlax. Okay, Snorlax looks very strong here. I'm not sure what set it's gonna be exactly. Chopo Berry, Custap Berry, maybe. Blastoise is gonna have a bit of a difficult time spinning because everything hits so hard. Well, maybe not. Weavile seems kind of mid, and Uxie is Uxie. I really I forgot it was an act win. Daisy versus Astoria. Let's see. Scizor. Oh wow. I have never seen a good Scizor matchup before. What the fuck? Well, is this even a good Scizor matchup? Quillfish, I feel like, is actually not the worst check ever. I feel like this is not even a bad. I feel like this isn't even like a crazy Scizor matchup, right? I'm convinced Scizor is complete dog shit, man. I think Scizor is so shit in this format. I think Scizor Starmie is also terrible. Well, Starmie looks good here. Yeah, Starmie looks very good here, but Scizor is so bad. I'll say Starmie has to decide its moveset. Gyarados, a bit of a problematic Gyarados matchup. There's Celebi and Blastoise, but it's not the end of the world for it. Donphan versus Gengar is always so weird, because if you just land the Assurance, the Gengar's dead, but that's if you land the Assurance. I'll say it's an okay matchup against Metagross, though. Arcanine. Doesn't Sunny Beam Arcanine here? I feel like Sunny Beam Arcanine is very strong in this. Gallade. I actually really like Gallade in this matchup. Thoughts, guys? I think Gallade's very good here, and even Sneasel might not be the worst here. And Astoria. Metagross here, ooh, Metagross looks very scary in the late game. Yeah, Metagross looks very good here. Gengar has no switch-ins. Ooh. Celebi. This looks more like an offensive Celebi matchup, but this is also a very potentially Scarf Scizor, so maybe not. And defensively, it's kind of whatever. Maybe just Tenga T-Wave. Blastoise is, the only rocker is Donphan on the team. This team looks terrible. But yeah, Blastoise is going to be pretty free against this. Weavile. Weavile is so weird. It feels like such a. I don't know, it feels inconsistent. I'll say I'm fighting Weavile this week. maybe I'll prove that Weavile is God. And I feel like the last one you want to bring is Quillfish here, not Porygon 2. I think Porygon 2 is whatever here. Alright, let's see this. Oh, leads? Astorius and... I don't know what the lead would be on Astoria's side. Is it Quillfish? Is it Metagross? I feel like Gengar lead could be a thing. Rare Gengar lead, maybe? And Daisy's and could be lead Scizor. And the only other lead I consider is Gallade, which does look pretty good here. So let's see. Arcanine against Metagross. So Astoria decided to just lead with Metagross rather than winning with it. Alright, alright. But it's against Arcanine. Why is everyone leading Arcanine, man? I fought lead Arcanine last week. I don't think it's a very good lead. Well, maybe it's a good lead here, but I feel like Quillfish was a lead you could have had. Maybe Arcanine was okay with it. Hard switches into Scizor, not wanting to take Earthquake, and they hard switch into Blastoise. Scizor just goes with a U-turn. That looks like Scarf damage. And bring in Gallade. Okay, big Gallade is in. That's a lot of the damage there, so that seems like a very offensive Gallade. Alright, I'm very excited to see Gallade here. I really want to see this Pokemon do stuff in DPP. I love this Pokemon in DPP. It's so interesting because it's so useless in every other generation. Alright, Celebi, X-Scissor. Okay, Swords Dances. Stealth Rock, X-Scissor. There it is. Okay, X-Scissor kills Celebi. So Celebi only gets Rock Slide, but I think Astoria was okay with that. Looks like it's gonna die though to Choice Band Night Slash. So, alright, Choice Band Night Slash. Oh, Life Orb Night Slash. Okay. So Scarf Scissor comes back in, and it takes a hit Power Fire. He said, fuck Natural Gift, Hidden Power Fire. I would have just been Natural Gift, man. I don't know about this. Alright, well, Hidden Power Fire gets a bunch of damage on Scarf Scissor there. U-turn kills the Weavile and brings in Starmie. Okay, big Starmie's in. Weavile's dead. Porygon 2 actually came. Okay. Thunderbolt. What's Thunderbolt supposed to do? Well, that Thunderbolt, I know what that's supposed to do. Why did you Rapid Spin? Alright. Bug bites the Porygon 2 and oh my god. Agility. Try that. Okay, Porygon 2 picks up 2 KOs there. Okay, vicious. Now it's getting free damage on Arcanine. Try attack. Alright, goes down, but damn. Gengar last? Gengar. Oh, bring in Sneasel hard on Gengar Shadow Ball. Okay, so Sneasel is in, so Sneasel KOs Gengar with Punishment. Ooh, I love Punishment in DPP. I think that move is so good. It's why I love using Primate. I always use Punishment on it in DPP UU. Choice Scarf, Punishment, Primate. So what did they leave behind? Daisy left behind. Ooh, he left Donphan or Gyarados. I would assume Donphan was left behind then. Well, maybe I don't know. Well, Punishment KOs the Gengar. I don't know what item it was. Is that Choice Band? Brings an Arcanine here, but it dies, and Metagross goes for a Trick. It is Trick Iron Ball. Boom! Is this just an explosion? Oh, interesting. Reflect. Tricks the Iron Ball and the Gyarados. And then you could have just exploded, you know. I guess they were playing around and switching to Sneasel. But did Blastoise really just lose? Whatever. I mean, lost to Gyarados? I don't know. Well, Blastoise ends up beating down the Sneasel last. Well, good win for Astoria there. Yeah, so Trick Reflect Metagross. Interesting. I would have brought Trick Iron. I knew Trick Iron Ball was coming, but Trick like this? Okay. Oh, Lagging Tail? Not Iron Ball, Lagging Tail. Huh. Wait, this isn't a Bronzong matchup. Oh, okay. So wait, so it was Trick Lagging Tail instead. Oh, interesting. Okay. And let's look at these others. This is definitely a weird battle. Okay. So now let's look at the single frogs against the Lungmen. So we get to watch 48 versus Manbeer Pig, and 48 gets the win! Treant against Hades of Ender. Treant won against Hades of Ender. Oh my god. And it's against the God team too. This is why you never draft Gliscor. Gliscor will result in your doom. Your demise. and 8th against Raxius Gaming. Ooh, I fight both of these guys, and I did beat 8th. Raxius Gaming is my opponent this week. That's cool. Alright, so let's look at 48 against Manbear Pig. He is against South Park's Manbear Pig. Oh, he's with an Azov, Suicune, Clefable, Heracross, Drapion, Torterra, Rampardos, and Magnezone. What is this? Okay, so, I don't know what to say. Azov looks decently strong, but it does get Pursuit Trapped by Weavile, so maybe Choice Scarf is that you bring here. I feel like Lead Drapion is super reliable here with like Taunt, maybe Toxic Spikes. Could also be like a Sweeper Drapion. Clefable, it is Clefable against Zapdos Kingdra, so I think that heavily incentivizes Dragon Dance Kingdra, but I think this matchup does anyways. Like, I'm bringing Dragon Dance Kingdra to this matchup. Zapdos, it had to deal with Clefable, but I think you can U-turn into Hitmontop pretty reliably. And shockingly, Hitmontop is actually kind of threatening here. Maybe this will go back to GSC Heracross and just be used as a wall. Heracross seems... I mean, it's Heracross. It'll always look terrifyingly strong. This is a weird matchup. I haven't even got the Suicune yet. I have no clue how... I mean, I do have an idea what Suicune can do here. I think it would be offensive here. So, the leads here, I would expect Drapion plus... probably Zapdos lead. Steelix lead, and Torterra! So, Steelix on this side makes sense if you're hard reading a Drapion. Obviously, you gotta respect Azelf lead as well, which I assume Steelix was respecting. But it's a Torterra lead from 48. Interesting. We haven't seen Torterra yet, so Stealth Rock and Torterra go for its own rocks. And, okay. So, super fast Steelix just beats down Torterra. Is it Focus Sash? It could be Focus Sash Steelix. I wouldn't be shocked by that. Well, I might be. So, unfortunately, Zapdos comes on Clefable. That's unfortunate there. Charge Beam, that's not breaking through. I'm sorry. Everyone in your life has thought about bringing Charge Beam Zapdos against a Clefable. I don't care if you seemingly have a boosting item, because that did a lot and you don't have leftovers. Thunder Wave the Zapdos, okay. Seismic Toss again. Oh, maybe you are breaking this. Oh, maybe it is. I might have underestimated Zapdos, but he can just fish for Para now. Yeah, he can just fish for Para. Yeah, that wasn't... yeah, I don't... Using Zapdos against Clefable, I feel like... I don't know. I don't know if I love this. Misses Charge Beam, okay. This is a really stupid battle. Charge Beam, okay. Maybe he will break it. Maybe he will. Brings in, switches to Magnezone, okay. And what is this, boom? Or is it like faking a boom? Okay, no boom at all. No Heat Wave coming out from the Zapdos though. Ooh, Thunderbolt Paralysis instead. Boom? No boom at all, but it is a full para. That's unfortunate for Manbear Pig. Roos, Thunderbolt will be resistant now. Is it boom yet? Still no boom. It's just he's just Thunderbolting repeatedly. Okay. And okay. Roos on the resistant Thunderbolt. What is this? Thunderbolt. How have we not seen a crit yet? It's 1 in 16. Oh, okay. There's a full para. So a little bit of para hacks there cost Manbear Pig. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Brings in Hitmontop. Is this a rapid spin? Bulk up. Ooh, bulk up. Thunderbolt. This man refuses to explode. I guess he just doesn't have explosion. Close combat will kill Magnezone there. So Magnezone goes down. But damn, we got to see Zone doing stuff. Heracross is in. Okay. Kills the Hitmontop. And Zapdos is dead. So Heracross is looking demon right now. Bring in Yuxi. Switches to Suicune. So it is Choice Scarf Heracross, I would assume. Light screen. Ooh, dual screens Yuxi. Suicune is faster and sets up a sub. Rain Dance. Ooh, Kingdra. How's Kingdra supposed to beat this though? A Safeguard. I like Safeguard tech usually. I don't know how I feel about it here. So Kingdra now has to deal with Suicune. It is physical Kingdra at least. It is still Dragon as Kingdra. Okay, Hidden Power Dragon. Very bulky Kingdra it seems. Even though there's light screen, it still looks very bulky. Hidden Power Dragon again. Outrage. Heesh. Oh, it's Life Orb Kingdra. Okay, so bulky Life Orb. I don't know what it was. Does Weavile kill Suicune here? I assume it just lives a Surf. Oh, Punishment! There we... Oh, Punishment, baby! Yeah, okay, that's pretty awesome. I love Punishment. But sadly, I do think that Man Bear Pig just loses the Scarf Hair across Noah. Okay. So this is the close combat, punishing him for being safe. U-turn into Weavile. Okay. Does Weavile do anything here? Low kick. Good damage. Thunder Wave. Alright, Weavile can Ice Shard now if it wants to. Doesn't. Does Ice Shard not kill? Aw. Well, it's just Yuxi. Which... Yeah. Well, that was... Alright, unfortunate for Man Bear Pig. I do think 48 did well, though. That was good. I don't think Man Bear Pig was that bad leader. I think that was pretty good for Man Bear Pig. Treant versus Hades of Ender. This was definitely interesting. I have a lot of... I hold Hades in pretty high regard, so this will be interesting to see. Metagross, Flygon, Celebi, Blastoise, Aerodactyl, Pinsir, Pikachu, and Arcanine. Metagross, Raikou, Gengar, Blastoise, Gliscor, Granbull, Hariyama, and Murkrow. Okay. This was the team I faced, I think, week 2. Metagross. Whose Metagross is stronger? I think both look kind of crazy here. Hades' Metagross right here doesn't really have a great switch in. There's Arcanine, which threatens it. Blastoise, which, like, kinda switches in. Treant has to deal with an enemy Blastoise and then a Gliscor. Gliscor is, like, the world's easiest Pokemon to, like, bait in and beat. I mean, that's the case for OU. I know Draft, you use Yachi Berry every single week, but still. Raikou from Hades' side. Ooh, this is actually a pretty bad Raikou matchup. Scarf Flygon, potentially. Celebi, which, sure, Signal Beam, but it can be Tenga Thunder Wave. And Aerodactyl, which is faster. No matter what, Aerodactyl's going to be an issue. Gengar... No switches for Gengar. Okay, there's something. Oh yeah, this was the team that I used my really offensive Mismagius against. So Gengar is a pain. Blastoise does get Rapid Spin off quite well against this. Gliscor, I think Gliscor is so shit. I think Gliscor is so bad. Hariyama? Celebi, but I don't think Hariyama is that bad here. And Treant's Metagross is obviously very scary. Flygon, Flygon drops bombs against this team with Mix Life Orb. If it doesn't go Choice Scarf though. Celebi, I just think Celebi is so bad. It's under so much pressure in this matchup, man. It's gotta go Tenga Berry, Thunder Wave or something. It's gotta be Thunder Wave. Well, I guess maybe Calm Mind is pretty good here. I think Calm Mind has a lot of potential. We did see Treant brought a Focus Sash Celebi once, I believe. I think it was Treant who did that, right? Physically defensive Blastoise, got a Gliscor and Metagross. Aerodactyl is a... Aerodactyl has quite a few problems here. It's got to deal with Metagross and Gliscor and Blastoise. But it is the revenge killer for Raikou. And Pinsir versus Arcanine. I think Arcanine is very strong here, so I would bring Arcanine. Some kind of really offensive set. Pinsir is not very good here. Alright, let's see how this goes. Lead-wise from Treant's end, I would expect, like... If you want to lead Arcanine, I think this is the matchup to do it. I think this is the lead Arcanine matchup. And Hades of Ender? Hariyama? I feel like it'd be Hariyama. Blastoise against Hariyama. So I get the Hariyama right. But it's actually Blastoise from Treant. Now that's interesting. Alright, fakes out as expected. Nothing special there. Free damage, reveals leftovers, and Toxic Orb has been activated. Ooh, now that's a pretty good set here. Okay, so that's the Hariyama killer right there. Ooh, so Hades definitely got to switch out now. Is this Roar Blastoise from Hades? Toxic? Focus Punch. What is Focus Punch for? Literally nothing. Wait, why do you have Focus Punch? Focus Punch does nothing. Why do you... wait, I don't understand that. What does Focus Punch do? I'm probably missing something, but what is Focus Punch for? Okay, so the sub is gone. Can Hades click Roar, please? Earthquake. Earthquake makes sense, but Focus Punch doesn't. Alright, this is a very pathetic battle right now. Subs, finally. Rest. This is a super pathetic battle. What the hell? Focus Punch, again. It is Rest Talk. And does get the Surf. Who's gonna win this 1v1? Okay, gets another Surf. Lucky boy. Focus Punch. What the fuck? Okay, finally there's the Gengar. Blastoise is barely out of Torrent. Thunderbolt and Blastoise is gonna go for a Waterfall there. Good damage. Alright, brings in Flygon on the Thunderbolt. So it's playing like Scarf, but we don't know if it's Scarf. Let's see. Dragon Claw. That looks very choice Scarf. That looks like a pretty bad play to me. Set up Stealth Rock there. Flamethrowers, and ooh, crits Hades. Ooh, okay, so Gliscor just dies. And actually goes into Raikou first. Huh. Thunderbolt, Coal Mine, it's seemingly Shukaberry. Yeah, Shukaberry, Raikou, Hidden Power Ice are gonna kill Flygon, but he does end up taking a lot of damage there. Was that worth it? I feel like he could have gone Gengar there. Now Aerodactyl is a massive threat. Crit kills Blastoise. I don't know if he was like pivoting. Shuka again. Wow, yeah, this Aerodactyl was really scary. I mean, it's Aerodactyl Flygon. You would bring Shukaberry spam. So, no agility from Metagross. It's just Metagross right here. Agility would have gone crazy there. Metagross forced to die now. Brings in Gengar. Gengar doesn't even kill this. Oh, Choice Specs. So, Choice Specs Gengar there, but ooh, Metagross. Agility, and yeah, I think from here it's just over, right? Zen Headbutt, there's one. And yeah, Metagross just wins now if it lands, which obviously it does. Oh, Ice Punch. So no Meteor Mash, nice. I think Meteor Mash is terrible. Well, okay, good win for Treant there. Unfortunate for Hades there, a little bit of hacks, but it also seemed pretty rough with that early game. And now it's Ape against Raxius Gaming. So Starmie Scizor again. Good to see all the Starmie Scizor are losing because I think that combo is so bad. Unfortunately, it's a Hariyama team, though. I don't like seeing Hariyama lose. This team... Ooh, this is a pretty unfortunate Hariyama matchup. Starmie... it's a pretty whatever Starmie matchup. It's against Shaman, Yuxi, S-Checks. Scizor... It's gotta get through Heatran, but overall, I'd say Scizor... For Scizor standards, I do think this is actually a pretty strong Scizor matchup, right? Gliscor... Does Gliscor do anything here? I feel like Gliscor just takes a hit and dies. Gliscor is so shit, man. Manectric is pretty whatever. Arcanine. This is not a good matchup for Ace. Venusaur. The Heatran alone just looks so strong. Shaman. I feel like this is the type of matchup I would bring a Swords Dance Shaman to. Is that stupid? Probably, but I think Natural Gift bullshit. It's probably just me, but I want to bring Natural Gift here. Flygon, meh. Yeah, this is definitely a pretty top-heavy matchup for Raxius. The Crobat. Oh, Crobat actually looks very, very scary. Holy shit, Crobat looks crazy. Yeah, this is a Crobat matchup if I've ever seen one. I would lead the Crobat off rip. Yeah, I'm leading Crobat or Yuxi here. Both of those look very viable. And Ace, I guess I would lead... If I'm not Swords Dance Scizor, I'd lead Scizor. Maybe I'll lead Gliscor. Honchkrow. Oh. Honchkrow Wailord. What do you mean? I guess Yuxi, Crobat versus Gliscor or Scizor. What the fuck do you mean you lead Honchkrow? Why you... Okay, so Honchkrow is staring down a Wailord? This Wailord just better click Self-Destruct turn 1. Switches into Scizor on this... 60 seconds to decide what to click. Okay, so Whaler just boomed what seems to be Choice Band, and Heatran comes in. Okay. I think I know what to expect next week. I mean, this week. Payback? Ooh, Protects. That Protect was useless, I feel. Switch to Honchkrow to Stealth Rock. What's this here? Night Slash? Ooh, yeah, that's not anything. Switch to Hariyama, Stick Fat Hariyama. Okay, pretty bulky. That Eruption didn't do that much. Brings in Shaman and doubles in the Honchkrow reading the Yuxi, but it's actually Shaman instead. Does this kill? Not even close. This Honchkrow is bulky. Nearly kills Shaman, but unfortunately it puts itself in range of another. Let's see, Sucker Punch Mind Game. Switches to Heatran on Sucker Punch and switches to Starmie on the Synthesis. This is a weird play. This is a weird game. Surf. There's nothing to Yuxi, but that's Chip. Brings in Gliscor on U-turn. Ooh, okay. Is it Heatran? It's Shaman. Okay, I would have loved to see big Heatran firing off more eruptions. Oh, brings in Manectric and just dies to Leaf Storm. No Seed Flare. Okay. Brings in Starmie. Is this Rapid Spin? Surf. Just kills Shaman. Yuxi is back in. Surf. And that's going to be damage that Heatran needs. But it will. Bandit Crobat. Bandit Crobat. Bandit Crobat. Bandit Crobat. U-turn. That's definitely Bandit U-turn though. That's Bandit Crobat. Alright, Draco Meteor just kills this. Life Orb? Life Orb? Starmie's gonna get a kill of Ice Beam. I feel like he could have saved some differential by just clicking Brave Bird a bunch of times. And clicks Outrage on the Starmie. Oh, barely lives at least. Ice Beam takes out Flygon. Bring that Crobat in. Yeah. Huh? Do you not have Brave Bird? What is Crobat doing? You could have just Brave Birded. Okay, well, good job, Hariyama. This is why Hariyama was the only Pokemon that did anything in this match, guys. I promise. Okay, wow. Jeez. Thaw? Okay, Thaw. Okay, Thaw and killed Hariyama. Okay. Ice Punch? Okay. Oh, that was a wild idea. Okay, miss. Ice Punch. No freeze. It needs another miss. Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ. What is your this preface to? What do you mean you don't have Brave Bird on this though? Well, that was okay, man. Well, we only have one more to go for, and we have like less than 10 views in this whole total stream, but whatever. I'm sure someone will watch this in the end. Right? Wishcast Wednesday against Jobless Jolteon. Let's see this. So we have Jolf against Bredibus, Dr. Geo against Nate Dogg, and Checkmate against Chronalga. Dr. Geo is definitely going to be the most interesting one for me because he's definitely a player I hold in pretty high regard. Let's look at the Infernape matchups. I know Bredibus is also someone that is very good. Ooh, the Infernape against Bredibus looks very scary. Like, Infernape just goes in here. This is this every time I look at this team's matchups, it's always so weird to look at. It's so strange. Let's see. Gyarados. I'd say this is Gyarados is very scary. I'm also terrified of Gyarados if I was him. Everything else is kind of whatever. Lead Nidoqueen does look very reliable, though. I would lead Nidoqueen here. That looks like a very solid lead. Bredibus's and Infernape looks way less scary on Bredibus's side. Is that fair? There's a Jolteon that's faster, a Gyarados that lives, and a Nidoqueen that leads, so he can't even lead Infernape very well. Kingdra is, I guess, the only Pokemon in the game that resists his dual stabs, so that's annoying. Snorlax, Choppa Snorlax, just gonna say, every time you see Snorlax, it's against Infernape. What the fuck? Okay, this Snorlax is not against Infernape. Drapion. Okay, Drapion looks very good here. I think Drapion can sweep if it runs a sweeper set. Let's see if it runs a sweeper set here. Claydol. Honestly, this is one of those Lead Claydol matchups, right? I feel like Lead Claydol is pretty cool here. Rotom's not bad here. I think Rotom offensively is very scary. Steelix is a garbage Pokemon. It does not look good in that matchup. I'm sorry. All right, let's see if it's League Claydol here against League Nidoqueen. Let's see if I get that right. Interesting. So Brennimus actually does decide to bring Steelix here. I'm not sure why. Was it just Desperate Rocks? I feel like Claydol would have been better for Desperate Rocks. What is Steelix lead here? That's interesting. I'm definitely curious to see what that'll be. And then the Infernape lead? Okay, Infernape lead from Jove is actually okay. That Infernape is just so scary in this matchup. Fire Blast right away. Focus Ash? No! Why did you lead Steelix? I don't understand. I don't get it. Okay, forced to go Kingdra right away and take free damage. So it's not choice there. Hidden Power. Hidden Power? Oh, Hidden Power electric or ground for the Empoleon or fighting or whatever. Bring the Dropion. Oh, big Dropion is already in, and that's very bulky. That does not look offensive. So it's a bulky Dropion here. Okay, let's see that. Toxic Spikes as the Nidoqueen switches in. Okay. So something is getting poisoned. And it gets a critical Earthquake, but no Sniper seemingly. It's Battle Armor. Rare time when you want Sniper, huh? Brings in Gyarados on the Earthquake. Okay, Gyarados is very scary. Yeah, this is really scary for Brennimus. I don't know how he wins. We know he does. Roar? What happened to Whirlwind? You should have done Whirlwind. The Whirlwind's cooler. Okay, well, now switches to Kingdra. Ooh, free Earthquake? Earth Power? Ugh. Kingdra's very low, my god. Draco Meteor. Okay, takes out the Jolteon on the switch. Is it Choice Specs or something? Maybe. Empoleon finally comes in. Is this Agility? It is Agility, seemingly. It seems to be Sapataya, but it's got even HP? That looks like even HP. It goes for Roar. It brings in Celebi. Brings in Gyarados. Poison? Poison Jab knits a poison on the Gyarados. What is happening here? Okay, so yeah, Drapion is doing a lot of work here. This seems to be like a mid-game Gyarados. Goes for Roar, but not much is being accomplished by that. Switches back into Gyarados on Poison Jab. It's taking free damage on Gyarados. It's not, okay. Waterfall. All the healing lets it live. Flinch is unfortunate. Waterfall KO's Drapion there. We don't know what it clicked. I would guess it's not Roar though. Ninjask comes in. Ninjask! Okay, Ninjask does a kill with Aerial Ace. Ninjask! Against this? And Steelix! You left Rotom and Claydol behind or something. Ninjask! When it kills Gyarados, I don't know what set it is. It goes for the Power Up Dig. Crit kills! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh god, Ninja! Oh my! Well, I see how Brennimus won this. He got a critical dig. I assume there was also more. I don't understand the. And he clicked Earth Power. Why? Wait, why did you click Earth Power there? Huh? Do you just want Ninjas to get the kills? And it gets a higher roll. Why did you... Huh? Okay, Infernape lives. Lands Fire Blast. What was the Nidoqueen doing? Okay, brings in Infernape. And now Infernape just wins with Flare Blitz. I'm guessing Choice Scarf? I don't know what the Infernape is. I don't understand anything that happened there. What was the final Pokemon? Please tell me it was Snorlax. Well, maybe Snorlax bench makes some sense. That was a stupid... All the Ninjask are winning, dude. Ninjask. Let's look at Checkmate versus Granalga. So, this is a... Ooh, Miltank. I haven't seen Miltank yet, so that's going to be interesting. It's definitely not ADV Miltank, though. Metagross, Nuts on the table. Special Metagross looking kind of good here. Metagross in general looks pretty good here. Just offensively, just throwing out moves. It doesn't look crazy. It just looks okay. It's fine. It's Metagross. It's good. Could be a lead. Flygon. Life Orb, Draco, Meteor Bomb. Snorlax. Ooh, Snorlax looks very solid here, in my opinion. I think Snorlax is able to do a lot of work. Crobat. Ooh, this is another matchup where I want to bring Banded Brave Bird. I feel like Banded Brave Bird is once again very good here. Mesprit. Calm Mind Mesprit. It could be Scarf Scissor in this matchup. Yeah, I think Scarf Scissor is possible. So Mesprit, maybe just a lead rocker. I don't think it's bad for doing that though. Fortress. It is Fortress against Scizor. Could be Natural Gift Scizor. I think Scizor gets Natural Gift in this. So Fortress. I don't know what Fortress is gonna do here. Maybe just Rapid Spin. Maybe just Boom. But it's even into a Rotom, so I don't know about that. Starmie. Oh, Starmie looks very scary on Chronolga's side. Well, there's a Snorlax, so maybe not. Scizor. Swords Dance Scizor is very scary, actually. You know what? We might have found our first actually truly good Scizor matchup. I think Swords Dance Scizor is actually very good here. Gliscor. Gliscor sucks shit. Gliscor is so bad. Arcanine. No, not very good here. Arcanine does not do much besides spread Will-O-Wisp, which I guess is okay. Rotom. Spread Will-O-Wisp again. Maybe that's all they need to do. I don't know. Miltank. I have no clue what the Miltank's gonna do here. I barely know. Lead wise, Checkmate I think is gonna be leading Mesprit, and Chronalga I think is gonna be leading. Rotom looks like a very reliable lead here. Thoughts? Only badly would be like Flygon. It's Mesprit into Rotom. Hey! I got it! Shadow Ball. Okay, does a lot to Mesprit, and it's 2 and KO. No Citrus Berry. Brings a Snorlax on Shadow Ball, okay. But now there's a Will-O-Wisp potentially coming out here. Will-O-Wisp, yep, burns the Snorlax. Curse. Fire Punches. Hard Fire Punch, okay. Brings in Gliscor, and what is it? Fire Punch again, no burn. Is this Stealth Rock from Gliscor or Swords Dance? It's Stealth Rock, okay. So Mesprit's gonna get a move off, okay. Getting a move on Rotom. A nice Ice Beam. Lots of damage there. Citrus Berry. I like Citrus Berry Rotom here. So bring the Snorlax, but it's gonna be taking infinite chip damage. This Snorlax is just taking chip after chip. If this Rotom has Pain Split, it's gonna heal quite a bit here. Yeah. That's quite a bit of healing. Ooh, it is Rest. So they do feel confident bringing Snorlax against this. Ooh, uses this as a chance to Rapid Spin. Interesting. Ooh, but they switched to Flygon. And now they switch back into Mesprit on Rapid Spin. Wait, why go back into Mesprit? Doesn't Mesprit die here? Oh, Jaboka. Huh? Jaboka. Okay, I don't think Jaboka does anything here. If you were trying to break a Focus Sash lead, what Focus Sash are you breaking? Gliscor's Focus Sash? Gliscor's Yachi Berry? I don't think that did nothing. I don't understand. Well, that dies. Crobat comes in. Goes for, okay, we get critical U-turn. So Starmie just dies. And get the Flygon back in. Draco Meteor does not, switches down to Gliscor because fearing a kill. Ice Fang. Is Fortress going to get a Rapid Spin off here? There's still a Rotom. Ooh, Fire Fang Gliscor. Okay. And does get the spin off. Feel like it just off the Rotom there. Ooh, Boom's Gliscor. Okay, so Stealth Rock do stay up on the Checkmate side. Flygon comes in against the Rotom, and Draco Meteor does take Rotom down. Rotom did a lot of work, though. Rotom very good. Ooh, big Miltank, okay. Is it Curse? Is it what? What's Miltank doing here? It is Curse Miltank, okay. Sleeping Snorlax now. Is it Self-Destruct Snorlax? Curses again, it stays in. Is it Self-Destruct? I mean, no matter what, Flygon's going to be able to do quite a bit of damage to Draco Meteor. Ooh, Body Slam the 2-shot. And it stays asleep. It does live another one, though, so yeah, it just goes for another Curse to make the kill. Goes for okay, maybe that'll get in Draco Meteor range. Ooh, Fire Punches for burn, but that does less than leftovers. Does Draco Meteor kill? Oh, brings in Metagross first. Huh. Psychic. It is special Metagross. I was right about that. And it is just Body Slam, so Miltank does lose the 1v1. Okay. Oh, Milk Drink, but get the lucky Spadef drop. Nice. Psychic. Body Slam. No paralysis at all. Is it Love Berry Metagross? We'll never get to find out, I guess. Psychic takes on the Miltank. Arcanine comes in. Sacks Crobat? Okay, so I guess Crobat's the sacrifice here because last Pokemon is Scizor. Brings in Flygon, Earthquake. Endure? Oh my god. It's also Raw Special Flygon. Extreme Speed? lives, but last Pokemon is Scizor, which just wins. Right? Well, I assume Metagross and Hidden Power Fire, but yeah. Akaberry, and let's see, is it Swords Dance Scizor? Okay, we'll never get to find out, but I'm gonna guess that was Akka Swords Dance. I'm guessing it was Akka Swords Dance. Even in this matchup where Scizor is good, it does barely anything, but at least it won the battle for Quinalga. Well, only one more left, and Dr. Geo versus Nate Dogg. Zapdos? Zapdos has to deal with a Roserade and an Ampharos here, but it is decent here. Suicune. Ooh, not the best Suicune matchup. There's a lot of things that really annoy the hell out of Suicune. Again, boom. What a game. True. Registeel. Ooh, okay, so they do have a good Dragonite. Check off rip. Donphan. Very good spinner against Registeel, but does have to deal with Miss Magius. Let's see if we can get the assurance on Miss Magius. Roserade. Ooh, Spike's Roserade very strong in this matchup. Weavile. Meh. And no, the other two don't do anything. Dragonite. Dragonite's always gonna have potential to just bust fruit shit, but there is a Registeel and a Weavile with Ice Shard, so it's not the best Dragonite. It could just lead. Snarmy. Not the worst matchup for Snarmy. I can see a Rapid spinning pretty well. Roserade. Okay, these Roserade spikes look pretty scary. Roserade spikes look very good here with Miss Magius, a spinner. Dr. Geo loves this kind of Suicune plus Roserade Toxic Spike stuff. He gave me a Team Fortnite and OU. Registeel. Now, the Explosion looks free. I mean, there's an enemy Registeel, but Seismic Toss War. Arcanine, ooh, Sunny. Now that I feel like I want to make Sunny Beam Arcanine against this. Am I crazy? I haven't really seen any Sunny Beam Arcanine. When we saw Sunny Day Arcanine, it was when Treant used it. Miss Magius seems pretty good as a spin blocker here, and just spreading Will-O-Wisp. Although I could very, very easily see Ampharos coming here. It does not look bad. Lead wise, I would guess the leads are. Honestly, just the Roserades and the Registeels. Maybe Arcanine. Registeel? Okay, Zapdos. Okay, Zapdos lead makes sense. So Zapdos against a Registeel from Nate Dogg here. So just Thunder Waves. Okay. And if the Thunder Wave trade, I would say that's better for Nate. Full para on the rocks. Ooh, unfortunate. Thunderbolt, he's getting that Registeel. Getting that Registeel to take damage. Seismic Toss does not do much. That looks like an HP invested Zapdos for sure, right? Okay, Ruse. Seismic Toss only has 16 uses against Zapdos here. So just a Roserade on Thunderbolt. Ooh, okay, gonna get a bunch of hazards, spikes, and goes for Hidden Power, flying seemingly. I would guess that's flying. I don't know for sure though. Goes back into Registeel on Hidden Power, flying. I'm assuming it's flying. Thunderbolt. He's just spreading damage around with the Zapdos. Seismic Toss. Another Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. Alright, I feel like Nate wants to explode now. No, he goes back into Roserade on Thunderbolt. Okay. And goes for Sludge Bomb for some damage. And then dies to him for flying. Who's going to revenge the Zapdos now? Starmie. Okay, so Starmie's revenging Zapdos with Ice Beam. So Zapdos goes down. 2 layers of Hazard Arms. Zapdos did get good work done, but let's see if it's worth it. Weavile comes in. Is this Colbur Starmie? Colbur. So Colbur Starmie kills Weavile here with Hidden Power fighting? I don't know. Roserade comes in here. Is it Psyshock? Psyshock. Alright, goes back into Registeel on Sludge Bomb. So Dr. Geo not getting much work done yet. Oh, it brings in Donphan though. Let's see. So Donphan definitely wants a Rapid Spin now. Miss Magius, is this Assurance? Head Smash! Ooh! DPP UU launches a Head Smash Raw. So Miss Magius does survive though. Brings in the Registeel on Shadow Ball. Let's see, is this Will-O-Wisp from Nate? Not sure if he wants to go for it on the Shadow Claw here. Shadow Claw? Stealth Rock. Okay, so he gets Stealth Rock up instead. First. Is this Explosion? Oh, Thunder Wave. Okay, so Thunder Wave's on the Arcanine while he lives a Flare Blitz. I guess he just doesn't have a Flare Blitz switching from there. Alright, Seismic tosses them as Magias. Let's see. Will-O-Wisp. Taunt on Thunder Wave. And dies the Hidden Power. Oh, lives Hidden Power Ghost. And another hidden power that does nothing. It's just hidden power, man. Well, that was pathetic. Well, Miss Magus goes now, so Donphan can spin now. Hidden power fighting, Registeel does live. And goes for Seismic Toss on Starmie, so no explosion from Dr. Geo here. Definitely just wants his Thunder Wave more. Brings in Rose right here. I would assume it lives Ice Beam here because it's pretty bulky, but goes into Registeel on Sludge Bomb. I guess he's no Grass move. Gets him a Spike. Does oh, Starmie's dead now. Ooh, Starmie is dead out of this battle. And now Donphan gets a Rapid Spin, so everything is back into Dr. Geo's momentum, right? Rapid Spin. Switches to Starmie here to deny the spin. This is why Registeel is the GOAT. True, Registeel is so good. Alright, Arcanine. Does Arcanine KO? Extreme Speed? Oh, okay. Well, that was never gonna work. What is a recovery move? Leftovers, duh. Well, yeah, that was never gonna work. Earthquake just killed Arcanine. Okay, Dragonite's in. Ice Shard, Yachi Berry, okay. Outrageous, no Dragon Dance at all. And final Pokemon is Suicune, which is cleans now with Ice Beam. Dragonite's dead, and Registeel is dead. Well, not yet. I guess. Surf. Okay. Thunder Wave means there's always a chance, but we know how this goes. Okay, he did actually get fully parried. I wonder if Dr. Geo has rest on this Suicune. Okay, this is stupid. This is so stupid. Surf. There we go. Well, that's gonna be it for the stream. That was a really stupid battle. No Blitz on Dawn was a fraud.